Good morning students. Welcome to online classes presented by Mr. Ravi S. Kumbar, lecturer in Department of Studies in Commerce, KLS Gupte, College of Commerce, Belgaum. So dear students, in today's class we are going to studying about unit number 4, that is royalty account. So before going to start royalty account, I would like to tell you the what type of question they can ask from the format. See, there is a 2 marks question is compulsory, and one is 5 marks question is compulsory, and next one is 15 marks question is compulsory. So total you carries 22 marks from these chapters. So 5 marks question, 15 marks question, 2 marks question, what type of question they can expect, I will tell you in the during the lecturing. Okay. So let us start with what do you mean by royalty? See, royalty is nothing but giving a right to someone. This is royalty. It means between two parties there is exchanging of the rights. That is what a royalty means. A and B is person is there, A and B. Okay, so these are the two persons, A and B. A is giving right to B using of his property. So means he is giving power. Who is giving? A is the owner, is a lessor. He is giving right. Right means what? To using of his property. To whom? B. Is it clear? This is what a royalty. Royalty is refers to the giving right, giving power to use of the assets. So this is known about what a royalty. Once he is giving right to use of his property, then he will get something in the form of money. This is what a royalty. Next, what is the royalty agreement? See, royalty agreement is takes place between the royalty take place. When royalties takes place, at the time of royalty taken place, there is an agreement between lessor and lessee, that is known about what a royalty agreement. What type of agreement they can take place regarding minimum rent, regarding rent, rate, interest, period, okay, recovery, not recovery, how much amount paid to the landlord. These all are the agreement is taken place between the A and B. Nothing but between two parties, lessor and lessee. Because already I told you, royalty is a concept of giving right. What we can give the right? Take it rights and use my property. Take it my car, use it. So what I am giving you? I am giving right to use my car. I am giving power to use my car. Next, for example, I am giving you my house, use it. So I am giving power to use my house. Is it clear or not? So once I am giving power to using of my house, I am giving power to use of my house. But in the same way, what I am getting from you, I am getting in the form of rent. Is it clear? But right now, in the royalty account, rent concept is not there. This is the lease concept. Under the royalty, we are giving some amount of properties in the lease basis. When you are giving on the basis of lease basis, we are giving authority to using of my properties on the lease basis. In the same way, we are getting something from that user. So that concept is what royalty accounts. But while exchanging the rights from one person to another person, when rights are transferred from one person to another person, certain agreement between two parties. What type of agreement? Using of the property, how much period, rate, interest, okay, at what time we have to pay the amount. These all the agreements going on between what? Lessor and lessee. This is what agreement. Is it clear? Yes. We will move to the next, that is types of royalty. Basically, 3 types of royalty. One is copyright, mining, patent. They can ask these 2 marks. What do you mean by copyright? What do you mean by mining? What do you mean by patent? So they can ask, these are the 2 marks question. So what is copyright? Copyright is a type of royalty. This is given by author to publisher. So author is giving power to publisher. Please, author is giving power, right to publishing my books. For example, A is a author, B is what? A publisher. So A is giving to him, C is A and B. So A is giving power to B to publish the books. So once A is giving power to publishing the books, so then B is given to him in the form of royalty. So that is copyright royalty. Copyright means what? You have to use my article, you have to use my book and make it copy and publish and sell in the market. After copy and selling in the market, then you have to give me some amount. That is what a royalty. Then next is what a mining royalty. So what will happen in this case? Same thing. In this case, is an amount consideration payable by the lessee to the lessor. Lessee means what? One who user of mining, and lessor means one who giver the mining. So I have a one mining land in Ballari. So that is a mining. So that mining land I am given to somebody. Somebody means what? That is a X person. So he is what? Lessee. One who using the property, that is lessee. So right now I am here. So this is I am lesser because I am giving power to him. So once I giving power to him, he is use my mining land. Once he use my using the land, so for that he is giving me royalty. That is what a mining royalty means. Right now I am giving a mining place to him, and also I am giving him power and rights to using of my property. Once he is use my mining place and mining property, whenever he use my mining place and mining property, at the moment he has to give some amount of royalty to me. That is mining royalty. Such may be mining in the gold, mining in the coal, mining in the stone, okay, different mines. Next, patent royalty. Patent means what? See, in this case what will happen? Patenter means what? Who is going to finding the formula? For example, right now the very important COVID, right now COVID situation. So in the COVID situation, I am going to finding one new formula to protecting the COVID. So for that I am going to finding new medicine. So once I am finding my medicine, that medicine I am given to manufacture. Manufacture in the sense of what right now? Medicine company. So whatever my formula, so this formula I had given to medicine company. Is it clear? So once I given this formula to medicine company, so right now this is my formula. So this formula if I given to medicine company is a manufacturer. So they are use my formula and they are manufactured, they are sell in the market. After that they are giving me some amount of consideration. That is what a royalty. That is what a patent. Not only in the formula, you can use the trademark. If you use the Tata company trademark, you have to give them a royalty. If you use any Reliance company trademark, using of Reliance company you are going to selling and buying of any goods and services, then you have to give them patent. Is it clear? If you are use any company's formula, then you have to give them what? Patent. This is what a patent royalty. Is it clear? Copyright? Copyright royalty is between author and publisher. Author is a giver, publisher is a taker. What a power. Author is giving power to publish of his books. That is what a copyright. Mining royalty means what? Here lesser means mining owner, he is giving power to lessee using of his mining land. Once he use that, for that he is going to give something amount in, that is in the form of royalty. Patent in the sense of what will happen in this patent, patenter giving power to use of his patent to the manufacturers. For example, doctor is going to finding any formula, the formula is given to medicine company. So medicine company use that formula and they produce the medicine and drugs they sell in the market. So then after that medicine company will give some amount of patent royalty to the patenter, that is patent royalty. Same thing if you use any Tata company techniques, if you use the Tata company techniques production of trucks, at the moment you have to give some amount of royalty to the water Tata company. Like if you use Reliance company, then you have to give patent to the Reliance company. Very simple. Which company techniques strategies formula if used, you have to pay to the concerned company royalty, that is patent royalty. We will move to the next, very important. These are very important for your examination 2 marks purpose as well as to prepare the accounts. So let us start with the one by one, that is lesser. Lesser is a owner and he is giving authority or giving power to the lessee. This is known about what a lesser. Once again, lesser is a owner and he is giving power to the lessee use of his property or his assets. This is what a lesser. And lessee means what? He is a user of rights. He is a giver of rights. He is a user of rights. Okay. Next, minimum rent. So very important, minimum rent. Minimum rent is a rent, is an agreement between two parties, lesser and lessee. So these are the two persons. Okay. So this is what he is A and B. See, A and B, there is agreement. What happened agreement? See, if you are use my property, if you are use my publications, or if you use my any patent, or if you use my any mining royalty, mining asset, you should have to give me minimum at rupees 20,000 per month. This is example, not condition. See, the minimum is very important in this case. Why? Because there is a minimum agreement between lesser and lessee. What will happen in this cases? If B is not getting profit from that mining land or that by using the patent or publication of books, In such cases, he will be lost, even though you should have to pay the minimum rent. The minimum rent means whether you are profit or loss, you should have to pay the minimum rent. That is minimum rent. So it's nothing but what? Minimum rent is a fixed amount is paid by the landlord. I told you na, the minimum amount is nothing but a fixed amount is paid by the landlord by lessor, so lessee to the lessor. But listen here, very important. But actual royalty is less than the agreed amount, that is minimum amount. Is it clear? So when actual royalty is less than the minimum rent, even though you have to pay them minimum rent. For example, actual royalty means what? Every month you have to give 20,000, but but for that month you have a profit only 10,000. So then which you can give it? Whether you can get 10,000 or 20,000? No, you have to give only 20,000. Why? Because there is an agreement between lessor and lessee. At any cost, even though your profit or loss, minimum rent, your actual rent is 10,000, but agreement is 20,000. So you can't pay 10,000 because your actual is what 10,000, but agreement is what whether you are in profit or loss, at any cost you have to pay 20,000 is what a minimum rent. So that is we call as a minimum rent. Is a rent is paid by lessee to the lessor, or is nothing but a fixed amount. First case. Second case is what? Even though if actual rent is less than the minimum rent. For example, if you have a you earn the income of 10,000, but actually minimum you have to pay 20,000, but you have a 10,000. So in such case also you have to pay minimum rent, that is a 20,000. During the problem I will tell you, but theoretically you should be understood the concept. Next. So once again, minimum rent is a rent is paid by lessee to the lessor, is nothing but a fixed amount. Next, short working. What is short working? So dear students, कहने का मतलब है the short working is very important. See, short working is a difference between minimum rent and actual rent. Is known about what? Short working. So what will happen? The minimum rent is 20,000, but actual rent is 10,000. So 10,000 is what? A short working. That is a deficit to you people. Is it clear? What is a short working capital? Short working means what? Short working is refers to the study of a difference between minimum rent and actual rent. So your minimum rent is what? 20,000. Is it clear? But actually is what? 10,000. Agreement कितने हुआ था 20,000 का, बट एक्चुअली आप कितने अर्न किया 10,000. सो 10,000 आपको लॉस हो गया ना, दैट इज वॉट अ शॉर्ट वर्किंग. सो दैट इज वॉट अ डेफिसिट वी कॉल्ड दिस लेटरली during the tabulation I will tell you, but you understood what is the main concept of this minimum rent, short working, lesser and lessee. They can ask two form also. So lesser is a owner giving the right, lessee is a user of rights. Minimum rent is a rent is paid by lessee to the lessor, it is a fixed amount. And short working means it is a difference between minimum rent and actual rent. Next we will move to the not recoupment. Not recoupment is nothing but short working. Not recoupment of short working. See, is nothing but what will happen in the not recoupment. In case difference of each year or difference of in the earlier year cannot be recouped or recovered within the specified time, such difference is called as a not recoupment. Or not recoupment means a not recovered. Recoupment is nothing but a not recovered. In case what will happen, and I told you, so your minimum agreement is what? 20,000, but your actual is what? 10,000. Is it clear? So difference is to be what? 10,000. 10,000 is lost to you. But what will happen? What will happen? So this 10,000 you have to recover in next 2 years. Next 2 years, first 2 years is most important, dear students. As per the problem I will tell you, but I will tell you. Next 2 years means what? First year you are lost 10,000. So you have a time to recovery of this 10,000 next 2 years. 2011 में आपको 10,000 लॉस हो गया. 2012, 2013 तक you have a validity to recover it. So even though in 2012 and 13 you are not recovered, so then the 10,000 is what? Not recoupment. Is it clear? In the specified period, in the specified date, the loss nothing but a deficit. The whatever the deficit, if you are not recovered in the specified period, the amount is what? Not recoupment. Nothing but a not recovered. Is it clear? So next we will move to the what? Sublease. What do you mean by sublease? Sublease nothing but a sublet out. So I will tell you with an example. Sublet out means what? See, B. A is giving asset to use. So right now A is the owner and nothing but a lessor and a lessee. Okay, then what will happen? Again the B is given same part of the property to C. So that is sublet out. Sublease means what? A is given lease to B, but C in the part. For example, this is a land. So in this land, this part is given to C. So when B is given part of the asset to another person, that is a sublease. Understanding or not? Once again, A is given property to B on the lease basis. Right now, who is a leaser and leasee? Right now, A is a lessor and B is a lessee. But after a period of time, B has given some portion of property has given to C. So that is sublease. So in this moment, whatever the rent is given by C to B, that is what a subleaser or subleasee. Is it called as or not? Is it clear? Yes. So next we will move to the what? Lease premium. Yes. Next is what? Lease premium. Lease premium means what? In some of the cases, lessee may give some lump sum amount to lessor in addition to royalty is known about a lease premium. Okay. So agreement is what? 20,000 between lessor and lessee. With that royalty agreement, with that royalty amount, means minimum amount, with that the lessee has given some additional amount to lessor, that is what? Royalty. So lease premium. That is 20,000 every month is what? Lease royalty agreement. So with that 20,000 I am adding 5,000, just example 25,000 I am giving. So this is what? A lease premium. So lease what? Every month I have to pay 20,000. Every month I have to pay lease amount is 20,000. With that 20,000, if I am giving some amount to the lessor by the lessee, this is known about what? A lease premium. So it is clear? Yes. So next we are discuss about royalty payable. This, dear student, is most important. This is they can ask for 5 marks. This is useful for 5 marks as well as 15 marks also. So when they are going to asking, they will ask only prepare royalty chart account. If they are asking only royalty chart account, this is what? 5 marks. Okay. When they are asking royalty chart only, this is a 5 marks. And after that 15 marks, prepare royalty chart, landlord account, P&L account, minimum account, and short working account. They will ask different accounts. In that moment, they is asking what? A 15 marks question. 5 marks only royalty chart payable, and 15 marks are including royalty chart and again some minimum rent, P&L account, short working account, they can ask it is. Okay. In today's class, just I will tell you how we should work it. So if I deal the royalty chart account, the next class we start with the problems. Okay. So then first, so this is the royalty table. So in this column we have to take it a year. If they are given year 2010, 12, 13, 14, we have to take it year. If they are given number, you can take it number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so on. Okay. Next, the output means what? Output means what? How much I am going to produce. For example, books. For example, I produce 200 books, 2000. Yes, I take it here 2000 books in the form of units. So is always in the form of units. Output is always in the form of units or quantity. So in which manner they are given, we should have to take it in the problem. For example, in this case, I will take it to 2000 is what? Units. 2000 units I am going to manufacture. But royalty rate is what? At rate is 1 rupee. So then I will take it 1 rupee into 2000, directly 2000. So royalties how will become? 2000 units into 1 rupee, it will become 2000 is what? Royalty amount for this month. So what is the minimum rent? Minimum rent is what? 10,000. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Each year is what? 10,000. Similar. Okay. So next is, this is clear. Output means what? It is given in units. Royalty units into rate. So then we will get it royalty. Then minimum rent is what? It's a fixed amount between lessor and lessee. So it's always fixed. Is always fixed for all the columns. Next, deficit. What is deficit? Deficit is a deficit when I told you now. What is it? Short working? Short working means what I told you. Short working is a account, is a difference between minimum rent and actual rent. So minimum rent is how much? 10,000. But actually is 2,000. So deficit is 8,000. So in all the year 8,000 is losses. Next, not recoupment I told you. Not recoupment means what? In this 8,000 there is a time to recovery of 2 years. This is most important, dear students. first 2 years, next 2 years, next 3 years, first 3 years. These are the information given in the problem. You should understand. Even though at the time of solution problem, I will tell you first 2 years means what? First 2 years means including that year. Next 2 years means excluding that year. Excluding means which year you are facing the loss. Excluding that year. Next 2 years time to recovery of that loss. For example, first 2 year means what? Including this year. So first year and second year time to recovery of 8,000. In first year, in second year, if you are not recovered 8,000, this is not recoupment. So this is 8,000 will be loss. Is it clear? First 2 year. And the next 2 year means what? So I will tell you. Next 2 year means loss in 2000 first year. Next 2 year means this year and this year time. We should not recover in this year. So we have it next 2 year. Next 2 year means next year and next year we have a time to recovery of this 8,000. In next 2 year we are not recovered 8,000. So in the next 2 year last is what? 8,000 what? Not recoupment means not recovered. Is it clear? Yes. So next the payment to landlord means what? So this is an amount given to landlord. So this is a way of preparation of the royalty payable chapter. On this tomorrow onwards I will to 5 to 10 problems I will work out on 5 marks problem. If you understood royalty chart, the remaining accounts are very dead easy, because the remaining accounts are depending on the royalty chart only. So only the royalty chart, definitely it is 5 marks 1 question compulsory, and also 15 marks question 1 also compulsory. So thank you. And just difference between royalty and rent, just to go through that, you will be understood. They can ask this also for 2 marks, mentioning 2 difference between royalty and rent account. Thank you. We will meet in the next class.